Okay.
Wait, do you have the right headphones on?
I can still hear.
Can you? Because
Yeah.
you should match.
Oh.
I was like, wait.
Yeah, big talking Brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Big talking Brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Kicking back, having a few beers, we're chatting. Pull up your chair, we're all relaxing. Any subject, we never dismiss. Big talking Brewskis with Marissa Smith. Comedy, sex, relationships, more. Any subject, we got it in store. Big talking Brewskis is coming in live. Crack when open, Marissa has arrived. Big talking Brewskis with Marissa Smith.
Hey guys, happy Friday. This is Big Talking Brewskis. I'm Marissa Smith. As always, I got Rodney Daniels with me.
What's up, guys? Happy Friday.
And we've got Chewy May with us.
Hello, hello.
So, Rodney.
Ooh.
Hi.
Hi.
What's up?
Hi.
Hi.
How was your week?
My week's been great. Today is really special. My nephew was born today.
Yay!
Congratulations.
This morning at like 6 o'clock this morning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And he's named after me. We have the same middle
Oh,
name.
that's super cute.
Yeah, so it's adorable.
Shout out to your sister.
Yeah. Plus, she was in labor for like 2 days.
Oh, my
Oh, shit.
God.
Yeah.
That makes me
It
not
was
want to have
like-
babies.
it was a lot. Like they broke her cervix, like
Oh.
yeah.
Ew.
And my
Ugh.
mom was in the room and she fainted. Then my sister saw that my mom fainted and she fainted.
Damn.
She fainted while she's having the baby.
Goddamn.
Right?
Damn.
Yeah. So shouts out to her pushing out little Ashton.
And there was this like, did she have a cesarean or like?
They almost had to give her a cesarean because he just didn't want to come out.
Yeah, he's just like, I know what's going on out there. I'm staying in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
Like,
no.
it's weird because my sister gave birth March 2nd, and
Oh,
she
congrats.
Oh wow!
she
Congratulations.
was due on the 22nd, and she was in labor for like 48 hours as well.
Right,
wow.
These babies know
Is
what's
this
up.
your first?
Oh yeah. I'm also my first niece. Yes.
Your first
Your first
niece?
niece. Oh,
Yeah.
congratulations! That's not my brother has 4 kids. So
Nice.
yeah.
So like, how do you like being an aunt?
It feels nice. It actually feels very nice. She's a tiny little thing. Doesn't understand that she's cool with anybody picking her up.
So this is your first. This is your first niece.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna really feel it when they actually can understand, like, ooh, Aunt Chewy. Like when they're like 2 or 3, like, and they recognize you. It's like a whole like, oh my god,
Yeah.
whoa,
But now it's just like, you're a baby.
you're a
Okay.
baby. All right.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I supposed to do with this little meatloaf in the room staring at me?
Have they like peed on you yet or
No.
done any gross stuff?
I've seen her vagina, which is interesting. And I've seen her umbilical cord, not belly button, but like when the umbilical cord is still there, it's supposed to fall off. I
It
didn't
falls
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
I did not know that this falls off. But
Yeah.
I see it there, and it's like weird. I kind of want to be like, "Nyeh."
It's like, this is not supposed to be here. I'm always like, because like, I always worry about that with babies because like, I feel like belly buttons are more important than we think. And like, if your doctor fucks it up, like, you'll have an outie. And that's just nasty.
I definitely know some people that have outies.
Outies are
Oh.
bad.
I mean,
So like when you're down there doing your thing and he has an outie, does that like take you out of it?
no, well, because it's not like it's a huge outie. Like usually it's like that, but like, you know.
You should have an innie. Everyone should have an innie.
What if it's like
I
an
mean-
outie that's pierced? I don't know
Oh.
who does that.
I don't even know can you do that?
I mean, I think so. It's skin. You can pierce skin. I mean, people pierce their dicks.
Yeah, and that's a whole vein.
Like, I don't know. That's like, I always feel like pierced dicks are just like so gross.
I've had a couple, and I don't think that they're that bad. It's actually kind of it's interesting. It's enjoyable.
Well,
I don't like them.
I don't like pierced clits because I like being down there and I don't like playing with metal when I'm down there. I want like all skin.
Like, I don't mind a pierced tongue, but like, I would never pierce my clit, and I don't like the idea of a guy.
What
having
about
a
your pierced nipples?
I would never pierce my nipples.
What are guys pierce nipples?
I mean, I've dated a couple of guys with pierced nipples, but it's not really anything that I'm into.
Did you lick them?
No. Cause like, do you know how bad earrings smell? Like, I'm not.
I mean, well, nipples are not. They don't smell the same as like a pierced ear. I feel like.
Yeah, they smell more like titty sweat.
Your man have titty sweat?
I mean, I'm sure it was in that pierced nipple that I didn't go anywhere near. Like,
The first time, did he tell you before? Or did he like surprise you? Because I used to have my nipples pierced, and it was kind of like my thing to like not say anything. So when I take my shirt off, they go, "Oh."
it's like, oh, so you're into that stuff, huh?
Right, right. It's that type of freak.
I feel like it's 50-50. I feel like half of them have said something beforehand and half of them haven't.
Okay, so what if you have like a really great date with a guy?
Mm-hmm.
You guys go out and everything, and like it's been like a good month, and you finally get a chance to see his dick and it's pierced.
Oh.
No.
He whips it
I'm
out,
gonna
and it's like boom.
I'm
full-on
gonna
Prince
like
Albert.
do like.
What if Keanu Reeves pierces dick?
Yeah, and you had no idea until you said Keanu Reeves' dick.
All right, so now Chewy knows me well enough to give me a moral quandary. I don't know. That would be like I think I would have to like call it in the moment, because like I would say that like my first answer is going to be no, but that's my go-to for everything because it keeps you out of trouble. But also I feel like my like 14-year-old self is just gonna be like, that's Keanu Reeves' dick, girl. You better ride that. Like, I just feel like,
and then I kind of feel like that's a secret that you and only Keanu knows.
Have you
and every other
Like,
bitch that's fucked Keanu.
have you put a pierced? Have you ever put a pierced dick inside of you?
No.
Yes.
Aren't you afraid that like, oh,
Yes.
the earring thingy is stuck in my butthole now?
He had on a
That's the
condom.
whole reason why I won't do it. Like, number
He had on a
one.
condom.
Okay.
But like, how? Like, my question: how do you wear a condom with that? Because I feel like the friction is gonna bust a hole in the condom.
yeah.
I mean, well, it's not like it's a sharp object. It's a smooth circular object on both ends.
Like, some dudes bust condoms and they not having anything in there.
Oh yeah, I know about that.
Like, it's just like, I'm not risking that.
Reminiscing.
And then like you got the poor enough sense to get your dick pierced in the first place. I'm sure you're fucking some
Yeah.
shit you shouldn't be.
Wait,
Like,
would you rather have a pierced dick in your mouth or pierced balls in your mouth?
balls.
Dick.
Interesting.
Just because.
I feel like she should be scratching her head right now. Very interesting.
Very interesting, right? Because I feel like
That was
you
so
would-
Freudian.
You right, yeah, you would want the balls because it's not like you're like down there that long on the balls.
Yeah, that's like a Tootsie Roll pop. Like a 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Did it? Licked your balls, and that was it. Right?
Yeah.
At least like
But why do you prefer dick? Because you want the
because like if it's gonna be there, I might as well like enjoy it like a little bit.
But then they're gonna have like all that schmeg in the whole piercing. Like,
yeah. What if like one day like pus comes out of the piercing hole
ugh, ugh,
and you don't know it?
yeah.
Oh God,
That
well,
just
you
made
would-
my tummy flip.
You know. Well, anytime it's a pierced dick, I feel like you're gonna like really inspect it to make sure before you put it in your mouth.
But like, what if
Just-
it's like already in the butt?
It
Very
is like a
savage. If
that's
it's
a
pierced
pussy
dick-
booty.
Oh God, here we go. Because if it's already in your butt, I'm not. If it's already in my butt, I'm probably not gonna lick it afterwards. I'm just saying.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's called ass to mouth. I don't really like to do that.
Yeah, like I don't understand. Like, why are so many people into that? It's like so, like, gross.
Not not
Yeah,
hygienic at all.
At all.
No.
And like I kind of look at guys weird when like I had just had my dick in your butt and then they just start licking my dick afterwards. Like,
And then they're expecting you to kiss them after.
no, I'm not doing
That's nasty.
that. Right? Because like it was just in your butt.
It's like, yeah, no.
And I don't care how clean your butt is. It's still like where poop comes out of.
Oh, now I'm imagining you like, you know, like, 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 raw dogging it to some dude's butt, and then like as you're each pump, like little doo doo comes out and like it splatters. That's what I'm imagining.
Ugh.
Is that what it? That's what it's like.
No,
it's like a
it's not.
fountain, like a poop
It's like
fountain.
a Jackson Pollock of poop.
No.
It's like a chocolate fountain at a wedding.
Because that's the whole part that, like, the butt sex. Like, sometimes, like, if the guy's not ready, or, like, I've definitely had it. Like, I thought that, like, I was completely cleaned out. And then all of a sudden, the guy starts pumping. And then you look down, it's a little Hershey Trail mess.
Oh,
Yeah, that just gave me agita.
Yeah.
Ajita?
Yeah, like a little heartburn.
Oh,
Ah.
damn.
I mean,
Okay.
but the worst is when you're already into it, and, like, you're just into it, and you look down, it's just, like, happening. Like, okay, there's a little poop coming out. Let me just, like, concentrate and bust a nut.
So when we're
So you're
talking
still-
a little poop,
Yes.
are we talking like little pellets? Or are we talking like diarrhea? Are we just talking little brownness? Like
Yeah, looks like little, like,
a little
it's
brown,
brown moisture.
Oh,
like
okay.
Like a wet brownness.
like a quarter size, or like a Snicker bar size, or like a fun size,
No,
or-
like it's like
or like somebody's got like dirty, like a
like a skid mark.
like
Skid
a dirty,
marks
like
on
a
there.
skid mark, like a dirty.
Oh,
like
I
a-
see.
Okay.
Yeah, like a
Skid-
brown substance or something.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're talking like skid marks on your dick.
Yeah, like you look down and you're just like, oh, there's a
Blech.
streak of poop.
All right.
But does
Interesting.
that like get you out of it?
I
like,
mean,
would you continue the sex?
it's all very situational, actually. If like it's a young guy that I'm like kind of into, like maybe he doesn't know as much about like cleaning himself out, I would just, if I'm into it, then I'll just concentrate and continue and try to bust in that as fast as possible. I've definitely had like older guys that it's happened to, and I'm just like, yo, bro, you're 40, you should know better. Like I mean, but I don't know. It's kind of situational. I've been on both spectrums, like where I'm the one shitting on somebody,
Oh.
and I've gotten kicked out of situations, and like I've had guys be like, "That's okay, go clean yourself off. We'll continue."
I
And-
get that, because like I guess the closest thing I've done to that is like fart in the bed with a chick.
Oh,
It's like similar to pooping.
yeah, well,
Yeah, that's like
Pooping
another
still
reason
works.
why I can't do like butt stuff, because like I'm already trying to concentrate on not farting to begin with, and like because like I get like gassy to begin with, and so like even when I did like I feel like when I'm dating a guy, like it's like the most uncomfortable thing, because like I'm constantly excusing myself to like go fart or whatever, and then like if we're having sex, like I don't want to ruin the moment with a fart, and like I just feel like there's no way that I could handle butt stuff and not fart. It's like
are you doing like silent farts, or is it all out like?
like I'll leave the room because I never know what I'm gonna get. Like I'm at the age, it's a mixed bag. It's like sometimes it's silent but deadly. Sometimes like I sound like a truck driver. Like I have no
Silent but deadly. Everybody knows what
Nice.
those are.
Yeah, it's just like you don't hear it, but then all of a sudden it smells like a small animal died in the room. Like
The worst is when you're laughing and then it just comes out.
Oh,
oh yeah.
Cause like I'm laughing all the time. Like if somebody tickles me hard enough, or like something just makes me like.
nice.
My ex and I, like, we neither one of us farted in front of each other, and so like we had like a bet going on that like the other one would be the one to fart in front of the like first, and so he was like kind of like an asshole about it, but like we got snowed in because like it was like snowing, so like I stayed over for a couple of days because of the snow, and he made chili. Like
Oh, he wanted to win.
he wanted to win. So like he like crock potted chili, and that's the only thing that he would serve for like the 3 days that I was over is this chili, because he was so certain that like that was gonna break me.
Oh, was
But-
it chili with cheese, sour cream?
Well, when he would plate it, he'd put sour cream, like he'd put cheese and then he'd put sour cream on it
Oh,
and
gosh.
chives.
Oh.
No, I
Sorry,
mean,
lost
he
this
cooked
water so much.
well.
It's so good.
He cooked well. But so like how I got around it though is I would like excuse myself outside to go have a cigarette, and then I would just fart for like 15 minutes outside having a cigarette, so then I wouldn't have any farts left when I went back inside.
So you won.
Yeah, I did win.
Oh, because
Nice.
eventually you farted, right?
So like, how was his farts? Is that why y'all are not together anymore? Because then
Oh, you had like 2 days worth of chili farts.
No, like he would go to the bathroom and fart, but like then we made a rule that if you could hear it in the living room while you were in the bathroom, it didn't count. You had to physically be in the same room with each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I have that with like at least multiple exes, like at least 3
Like
exes.
a fart off.
Yeah, we have a fart stand down because like I won't fart in front of them. Like when I'm first like dating, I won't fart in front of them.
What
no,
about
li-
using the bathroom in front of them?
Yeah.
Why?
Like wait, peeing in front of them? Like, hey, I'm gonna leave the door open. I'm just gonna pee and talk
Why
to
would
you.
I do that?
Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
No.
I think for chicks it might be different because we have to be pantsless
Right. Yeah.
and we have to squat. For you it's just
Yeah,
like
because guys just whip it out. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just whip it out and pee right now.
I mean, what am I like a
peed
dog?
FaceTiming the guy I'm talking to. I peed talking on the phone now.
Wait, you're talking to a new guy now?
Yeah.
A new guy now?
yeah. Yeah.
You know Rodney so well.
You know me so well. But you know what? Hey, 2019's been good so far.
Nice. Get all the dick. Get all that dick.
Yeah, get all that dick right there. The other one wasn't giving me dick. That was the problem. Oh.
He was selfish. We were telling you.
Yeah.
Me and
You
Dara were
tell-
telling
yeah,
you
you
that.
tell,
We were like,
wait a minute, this guy's so you guys. And I listened to the episode and I was like, they were so right.
Yeah.
In hindsight. But yeah, I peed while I was like FaceTiming him, the new guy, the other
Oh,
day.
yeah.
Did you flush while you were also FaceTiming?
I mean, well, he could tell. He was like, oh, I hear you peeing. You know, it's like, yeah, I had to go. And then yeah, and I flushed. Like you already heard me peeing.
Would
I might
you
as well just
FaceTime
flush.
shit with him?
No.
You're like, oh,
Why, you make too many faces?
I don't. Well, because I don't FaceTime while I shit, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure I probably do make faces. Like, plus there's the farting aspect of it.
Yeah.
And then I kind of want to be comfortable, and I feel like I sigh when I release, like, oh. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. But okay, so if a guy were to piss in front of you, would you guys be?
No,
Kind of
like
offended?
there's not. We close the door.
I don't know if I told you this, but I dated a girl that liked pee. Like that was her kink. She liked to
She was
pee.
into golden showers.
She wanted me to pee on her. She liked to watch me pee,
Okay.
and I did.
I dated one guy that liked to watch me pee, but like I'm pee shy, so like it just never. I couldn't. I was just like, listen, I really actually had to pee. Like you're gonna have to go. Like,
One of my ex-boyfriends used to like to poop in front of me.
oh.
Like not like he would just like keep the
Is-
door open and like continue like whatever conversation. We're
Oh, I
having.
thought he was like,
But,
oh, it's
like-
Taco Tuesday.
It's
Come
like,
watch me.
watch me poop. But like we'd be having a conversation, like and he's like, all right, I'm gonna use the bathroom, and then like we would just continue the conversation like while he was like pooping,
Mm.
and if I had to tell him like, look, I'm not. Just close the door. We don't need to talk. There's certain personal times that like I don't like to brush my
Yeah.
teeth in front of people. You guys.
I don't mind the teeth brushing.
I'll brush my teeth in front of someone.
I can't do it. And I don't like it when other people do it in front of me. I feel like
I don't
because,
mind
like,
brushing.
because I feel like that's like your own personal time.
I'll brush my teeth like I like people that I've dated. I brush my teeth with them. Like,
yeah. But
if
I won't
we had to,
floss
like-
in front of somebody. Flossing is like special.
no, I'll
like-
do that too. Like, I don't care about the flossing.
Nope. Again, personal time.
Because
can-
like, I feel like if like we're running late or something and we both have to get ready at the same time, like yeah, I'll brush my teeth with you.
Okay, right. In a special situation like that, but like, I have roommates and like a couple of them had just like been like, oh yeah, and kept the door open while they were just brushing their teeth, or like we're in the middle of a conversation, they just started brushing their teeth. And I'm just like,
I was like on a
I
work
wouldn't do
trip
that.
once, and I only use electric toothbrushes because it's the fucking 21st century.
me too.
Yeah.
And so like I'm using my toothbrush, and she's just like, Marissa, what are you doing in there? I'm like, I'm brushing my teeth, but what is that sound? And I open the door, and I've got like my electric toothbrush in my mouth. I'm like, my toothbrush? And she's like, oh.
Did she thought you were just jacking off in there?
Yeah, she thought I had a vibrator in there. And I'm just like, this is a work trip, for God's sake. Like, I'm just going to like go and like use a vibrator in the bathroom in the middle of the day while you're in the hotel room with me. Like, no.
Not while you're in the hotel room with me. Maybe like when you weren't in the hotel room.
No, but you never know when somebody's coming back either. I'm not doing that shit either. Like, and then I'm just like, have you never heard an electric toothbrush before? Like,
Mm.
And they don't sound like vibrators. I mean,
They-
kind of similar, but like
They don't.
You know
No.
the difference.
Yeah.
You definitely know the difference.
You know the difference.
Yeah.
And like, it sounds like it's in your mouth. Like,
Like,
she
yeah,
just thinks that you're
it's-
taking vibrators to the mouth.
Exactly. It's
Like,
just
oh.
like, yeah.
A shaky dick.
Yeah, it's like mouth a twat toothbrush. No, thank you.
No. Keep it away.
So not true. The XL like the pee stuff. Like, she wanted you to pee on her,
Yeah.
or okay.
Did you?
No,
Okay,
no.
so-
She wanted. Okay, sorry, I got the story wrong. We second or third date, we got hammered, and then she was like, "Let's make it." And then we were making out in the bathroom, and she's like, "I want you to figure me as I pee." So she peed on me, and then I peed on her. And then it was my hand. It was not. I was not like down there going,
Yeah.
ah.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
just in my hand,
Yeah.
fingering her as she was peeing on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Or like, are you into that
No.
too, or
No.
Did
but
it feel
she was
weird to have that like
happen?
urine
Yeah.
coming down your hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I could do
She's
that.
like, yes. Yes,
But
it felt
she
weird.
was hot, and I was like, all right, I want to keep dating you. If this is what you're into, why not? Like, it's not like she's like, put your face down there. If it was that, then I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Right,
My
'cause
hand. I
see,
can wash
it's-
my hand.
It's weird what you'll consider when they're hot. Like this guy that I've been like, we've hooked up a couple of different times, and he's hot, like this big, like tall black guy,
Nice.
huge dick, like, and then he just stopped talking to me out of nowhere. And so then I was like, hey, what's going on? Like, I see you're online. Like, why don't you come over? He's like, look, I'm into some kinky stuff that you're probably not into. And I was like, all right, so like, what are you talking about? And he likes cross dresses, like guys that like wear like fishnet stockings and panties.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I actually considered buying some,
Nice.
but then I didn't. Cause I was just like, wait, what? I'm gonna buy like fishnets and like wear these just so I could like blow this guy. Like I'm good.
He should have at least offered to buy them for you.
Yeah.
If that's his thing.
Right.
I just feel like that's rude. I don't actually do anything more with a hot guy than a regular guy. To be honest with you, I feel like I do less because the thing about hot guys is that they're constantly having pussy thrown at them all day long. So that makes you basic as fuck. When you tell them no, that's what like makes you different because they never hear no.
Oh,
And they
yeah.
might not even realize that they want to hear a no, but that's what they're actually looking for is that like they want to be treated like everybody else and like nobody else does because everybody kisses their ass because they're gorgeous. But like if you're just like, yeah, like it's not even so much you're negging them. Like I'm not into negging, but like I'm not putting up with your shit because you think you're hot. Like, oh, you're hot? Yeah, I used to date an underwear model before you. You're okay. Like, you know what I mean? But
Mhm.
like, cause like in my 20s, I was like a modelizer. So like, I used to like all through my 20s, I like mostly dated like underwear models, boxers, like professional dancers. Like, so like most of the guys I dated were super hot.
Mm.
And so it made no difference to me that like, oh, so like you're another hot dude. So like what else are you bringing to the table? And then it's just like, oh, you're just hot. Well, that's nice that you want me to wear this, but no, I'm not into it. Sorry. And they're either like be like, oh, okay, or they'll like respect the hustle that you're just like, "Nah, I don't give a fuck. Like
Yeah.
you think you're hot, but you're not as hot as you think you are. There's always that's the thing about being hot is there's always somebody hotter than you.
True.
But like you also have to like be willing to deal with the fact that like they might have like an ego that can't handle that.
And they start crying.
I remember so in college I was dating this Joe Boxer model and he was super hot. I for whatever reason I think that like he didn't get a gig. Like I think he was trying to like do like Calvin Klein or something and he didn't make the cut. So he was really upset and he comes over to my apartment and like my roommates were there and I had chips and dip cuz like I love French onion dip and like when I'm stressed out like that's my little like treat myself is like Ridge's potato chips with like French onion dip.
Mhm.
He comes over.
We got to go back to chips in a minute when you finish
Yeah.
your story.
He comes over. He's real upset. I'm not there. He literally eats my entire container of French onion dip that I haven't even opened yet, and the whole bag of chips. And so I get there, and he's got like French onion dip on his shirt, reeks of French onion dip, has chips all around him on the couch. And so I was like, looks like somebody hit my chips and dip. He's like, no, I don't eat that crap. Yeah, I only eat healthy because, like, I'm addicted to fitness. And I'm just like, you have chips around you. He's like, no, that's from your disgusting roommates that they're fat fucks and they ate all the chips.
Oh my god.
And
he should suck.
And I'm like, you've got dip on your shirt. No, I don't. And I'm like, I'm looking at, and I went and I like picked it off his shirt and I smelt it. And I'm like, this smells like onion. And I put it in. He's like, no. And he like slaps my finger out of his face. And he's like, no, I didn't eat that. I didn't eat that. And I was just like, your breath smells like onion. He's like, no. And like he just started having I didn't eat it. And I'm like, bro, like you need to calm down. Like you're steroids.
Did he black out?
If
and
you ate it, you ate it. Like
it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then like I dated this one boxer that used to like try to eat vicariously through me.
Oh wow.
And so like he was like, vegetarian or whatever, and like he invited me over for dinner, like the first time he made dinner for me. And he made chicken, steak, and shrimp. Meanwhile, he's vegetarian. He literally only ate a salad.
Mm-hmm.
He also didn't drink. He got me beer, vodka, and wine, red and white, because he didn't know if I was a red or a white or if I liked beer or vodka.
Yes.
And then for dessert, he got me cookies and ice cream and cake. And I was just like, how much, like, I'm one person. Like, how many people are you feeding tonight? He's just like, oh, well, I didn't know what you like, so I just thought I'd get you a little bit of everything. And he's like, here, try this. And, like, literally, like, cutting the food and, like, feeding it to me. And, like, I'm like, no, I'm too full. And he's just like, oh, no, but, like, I'd really want to see how you like the cake. And then, then he'd get, like, a fork full of cake and then like spread it on a cookie and then put ice cream on top of that. And he's like, here, try this. And like, I'm like, dude, you're trying to make me fat so that like you can watch me eat. Like, no, I'm not having this. Like
there's pornography for that. You don't have to
like
put
actually
your girlfriend through that.
Food
Yeah.
porn, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is probably before food porn was a thing, right?
Yeah. No, there's like webcam
Yeah.
girls that like
Will eat. Yeah. They're
and get
eaters.
paid for it.
Yeah. No, he
Oh,
totally
shit.
wasn't doing that. He was just like,
Yeah, you don't subject your girlfriend to that if she's not into it.
yeah. And I'm just like, oh, so like you're gonna have like a fucking 8-pack, and I'm gonna be like, you're gonna be rolling me down the street in a fucking wheelbarrow? No, thank you. Like, again, you're hot, but you're not that hot. You're not hot enough for me to get fat for. Sorry.
This one comic did, like his other comedian friends, where like you have the chip variety pack,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and they were rating with the chip variety pack, and it's like so like it blew up on Twitter. Like everybody has like a different opinion
Yeah.
about what the ranking is.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get you guys' opinion.
Yeah.
So here are the chips we're talking
Okay.
about: Lay's classic potato chips.
Okay.
Lay's barbecue potato chips.
Okay.
Fritos.
Okay.
Mm.
Nacho Doritos.
Okay.
Cool Ranch Doritos.
Okay.
Go.
Well, nacho Doritos I feel like is definitely the top.
I agree. I feel like for me that's like number one.
I feel like either Lay's or Fritos are the bottom.
Lay's classic.
Ooh.
Oh, we'll
Yeah.
see.
Okay. So I'm gonna differ with the both of you right now because I'm gonna say Cool Ranch is number one.
Oh, I put that down at like number 4.
I love the Cool Ranch. I would say number 2 might be the Nacho.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
nacho cheese
Yeah.
Doritos.
Number 3, I'd say, is the barbecue.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, it's definitely. I feel like that's crazy. I
What's
feel
number
like
3 for you?
Well, first of all, nacho cheese
For
soup.
number 1 for you.
and then number 2 would have to be Fritos.
Oh, I don't like
Really?
Fritos.
Yeah.
They're dry as fuck.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
They're very I
like
love-
Fritos is good and
salty.
chili. You can't. But
yeah.
eating it alone is like,
Dry as fuck.
yeah.
And then 3 would be Lay's classic potato chips.
I would put that before Fritos.
And then Cool Ranch. Cool Ranch is 4, and then barbecue is dead last.
Oh, I love barbecue. I'll eat the barbecue
It's like-
before I eat the.
I feel like
plain.
regular Lay's and Fritos is like, it's like if you're sick and the doctor's like, no more flavor for you, you're like, okay, you just like munch on those.
Like-
No, because I feel like the barbecue never has like enough barbecue. Like it doesn't like taste barbecuey enough. Like
So
and
now-
I'm just like
I like.
the nacho cheese ones. I'm always licking the bag at the end and
Yeah,
scooping my
everybody
finger
does.
and getting that nacho cheese dust.
Yeah.
No, for me, Fritos is dead last.
Yeah, Fritos dead last. It was either Fritos or regular Lay's.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
my-
I'll eat regular. Every once in a while, I like regular Lay's because they're salty, but they still have that like crunch. Because like the Fritos, I feel like it's crunch, but it's like a loud crunch. Like if you want that like subtle crunch, I like the classic Lay's, but I like the barbecue. Although I think Lay's might have a Southern Heat barbecue that is, but I don't think that comes in the variety pack.
Yo, no, not in the variety pack. Yo, they had a special flamin' hot Doritos where it was like the flamin' hot
Oh,
chips
yeah.
and Doritos together. I took a whole bag of those to the face.
Oh shit!
Yeah. And the next day my shit was like red. Like
Mm-hmm.
fire engine red.
It hurt your booty hole.
Yeah. You know, the actual shit.
Oh, God damn.
I thought I was like pooping blood. I was like, oh God, what did I do? That I'd like remember, like, okay.
I was like, oh yeah, I ate all those flaming
I had
hots.
Flamin' hot Doritos. But
Flamin'
that
hot
shit was-
shits.
They need to bring that back.
Yeah, no. I'd say I don't mind the Lay's so much, but those Fritos nasty.
Yeah.
Ugh, love me
But
some
I
Fritos.
don't mind the Cool Ranch Fritos. They're not as bad, but like
Cool Ranch, I always feel like no matter how much I brush my teeth, I still taste the Cool Ranch afterwards. It's annoying.
'cause it's with you.
It stays with you.
It doesn't
stays in
leave you.
It stays in
Cool
your
Ranch is a
bloodstream.
There
ride
for
or
you.
die.
It's there.
It's not one of these classic fucking Fritos. As soon as you finish the bag, it's like, bitch, I'm done. Like fucking Cool Ranch and Ranch Fritos.
No,
that
you
is a
would taste the
ride or
ranch
die.
all
That's
day.
like, you know something?
You'll have Cool Ranch for lunch, and you'll go to bed at night and burp and taste that Cool Ranch.
Yeah.
That's a nice tasty burp.
I mean,
Better than
shit.
fucking Fritos.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather burp ranch than Fritos any day.
Yeah.
Fritos is like, well, we were going to be Doritos, but then we lost hope.
Yeah. Fritos is like the whole, like, we didn't finish school because we had dreams, but we gave up and now we're bitter.
Yeah, so like we're just gonna be these
we
boring
we
ass
discovered
Fritos.
chili, so we decided to just hop on that bandwagon.
Yeah, it's like one day I'm gonna meet a nice man that's gonna take me and get me on some chili.
That's the only way they're
Wait.
delicious is on chili.
Yeah.
Fritos is like the Michelle Williams to Destiny's Child.
Oh
fucking chili. Fucking
Yeah, you do need to
chips.
pray to Jesus before you take one in the face.
Yeah. I think we were talking about schools though. You guys heard about this whole scandal?
Here we go. I couldn't wait to
So,
talk about this.
Aunt Becky.
Yeah, Aunt Becky is being
Oh
Becky
my
for
God,
real.
that's so. I forgot that her name was Aunt Becky.
Yeah.
Aunt
Damn.
Becky just Beckied the fuck. She leveled up on Becky.
She did.
It's a horrible
she
time to be a
put
white girl
Aunt
named
Becky
Becky.
to like a whole new level. I'm gonna show you what the Becky really does. Let's talk about the numbers though. $500,000 to get your kid into UCLA.
Which is a state school.
Yeah.
Hello.
Like, how
Like-
dumb is your kid?
Did you see the video of the kid?
No.
Oh God.
Is she like I want to party? Like one of those?
basically like she was a professional YouTuber who was getting paid from her YouTube stuff.
Right.
And her mom paid $500 for her to go to UCLA, faked the fact that they were like not on the road
Right.
Yeah.
crew team. And then in the video, she's just like, yeah, well, we have to have like a meeting with the school because like we don't know like when I'm gonna be able to actually go to class because like I have this deal with MAC Cosmetics and this and this. And yeah, like I'm not that interested in the school.
So she's a dumb
it's
bitch all
like-
around.
First of all,
If she has like a makeup empire, like why did she even need to go to school in the first place?
A. B, I'm not paying for my stupid child that didn't want to apply themselves to get into any fucking where.
Yeah.
If you can't apply yourself and get your own self into school, I'm not paying for shit.
Yeah.
Because when you turn 18, you're going to fuck up my house.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not paying to get you into state school, but I mean, if I had the money, like, of course I'm paying to get you into like an Ivy League school.
Definitely.
But like,
But no, even then, if I had the money, I'm not going to pay you to get. If
that's
you.
you. I'm talking me.
Yeah, but like,
So you would $500,000. Okay, so
But-
$500,000.
If I had the
to
money,
get your kid into Yale.
if I had the money, I'd buy them a fucking library.
but and
Then
also-
you don't go to jail.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is like the stupid shit. It's like you have enough money to spend $500,000 to get your stupid kid into a state school, but you can't just buy them an athletic field that's gonna cost probably $500,000. Like, now you're
Aunt-
both stupid now.
Yeah. Did Aunt Becky go to school?
No, apparently she
Apparently
skipped
not.
math. Like,
Yeah.
all you had to do is like donate that money to the school directly. Like,
Yeah.
then you don't go to jail for it.
Schools love benefactors. Like,
yeah, it's so stupid. And like, I don't know. So I,
But that
I'm-
doesn't get your kid into school necessarily.
it is like a backdoor handshake that's like,
Right, but like your kid has to somewhat qualify. This bitch didn't qualify whatsoever. Like everything about her application was fake. Her ACT scores were fake. Everything was fake. Like this girl didn't go to school at all, junior year or senior year, and then they just made up some shit. Like you'd have to like yes, like I can donate to the school, but like my kid has to like apply to the school and apply themselves as a certain point.
basically what they'll probably do is say, you're going to be on a waiting list. You need to take the following courses during the summer to make you eligible. And then when fall enrollment comes around, you're going to be eligible. Like, I went to a pretty affluent high school. Like, it was an all girls school. And, you know, like, I was like the poor smart kid in my class. And it was like, my dad was a cop. Like, everybody in my class, like, their parents were like doctors, lawyers, CEOs. Like, I remember this one girl in my class, she got a C in English
Mhm.
for the year. Her parents bought her a brand new convertible Mercedes Benz. Now, if I got a C in English, I'm fucking grounded for the entire quarter.
Oh yeah.
Cheers.
Right? Like, I'm grounded.
Cheers.
Like, don't even look like I'm trying to use a telephone.
But that's the part that really pissed me off is like I was a kid like you that worked extra hard and studied my ass off in order to get into every single school that I applied for.
Nice.
And then my parents treated me like that. You get a C, what the fuck? You're on punishment. You're not doing shit because you're getting C's.
Yeah.
And so then whatever UCLA takes 3,000 freshmen a year.
Mhm.
So there's two kids that like me and you that didn't get into UCLA because this fucking bitch bought her kid a seat into UCLA. That didn't. If you can't even apply yourself to get into UCLA, you need to get it together.
Yeah.
I'm not, my major problem with the whole scandal is that there are parents of meager means that simply lie about their address.
Oh
So
yes.
that-
Carrie brought that up too.
So that then they can get their kids in decent elementary schools and decent high schools that are public schools, just so that they can give their kid a fighting chance to be able to be eligible to apply to a college that will probably be a state school
Mhm.
that they are going to probably have to get loans for or whatever. Those people go to jail. This bitch paid $500,000, and to be honest with you, I think that she was scammed. Like, I feel like she herself was as much being scammed as they were scamming the schools.
Yeah, because
because
like a guy was controlling the whole like
right, and
what's his name? Rob or something?
yeah, I can't remember his name, but like, you're spending $500,000 to get your kid into a state school. $500,000, you should be able to get your kid into Princeton. Like they should be taking all of their tests. They should be writing all of their papers. They should be doing all of the ACTs and SATs. Like you literally, if you're going to spend $500,000 to falsify documents to get your kid into college, that should be a fucking Ivy League school.
Yeah.
Not some bullshit like, oh, I like to play hacky sack on Saturdays, bro, kind of school.
But
like that's just crazy.
maybe they wanted to do like a state school because like once you hear the little girl talk, you know like, oh, you ain't Ivy League.
I'm not because I don't know statutes of limitations for said things, but I will say that allegedly, if I were to be a student that was paid to do other students' homework for them, you write in their voice so that people are not aware of the fact that they're not the ones that did the work.
Yeah.
Like, and if you're extra careful, if you did such things allegedly, you would only be hired to write work in classes that you are not in and subjects you don't take. So, like, you know, like I was a history poli-sci major in college. If I were to allegedly do someone else's homework, I would do history or like not history, but I would do like might have done education courses, and I might have done art history or like classes that I wasn't actually in. And you talk to the kid and you ask the kid, okay, what is this paper supposed to be about? They tell you, you do your own research, and then you make sure that in your paper you actually get the things wrong in the paper that they actually believe so that it sounds like their voice.
Yeah.
Like you're not trying to get these kids A's, you're just trying to get them to pass.
Yeah.
Another thing that you might do if you were allegedly to do such a thing is you might do art homework for them. Because if you're not taking sculpture, like, yeah, you can sculpt for somebody. Like, but I feel like this is going to close down a market for poor, smart kids everywhere that need drinking money.
Right.
Like,
well,
All right, now I'm on board. I'm on board.
Because the whole thing is, though, this was like, it wasn't like it was a assignment. This was like a complete whole application, which is something different than like if I know that you can write a paper for me, allegedly, and that's one thing, as opposed to like you're getting completely into a university. Like getting into the university as a whole, it's its own whole thing. They were taking ACT courses for like the actual tests for these girls.
I mean, the thing that pissed me off the most about this whole situation was the guy that was taking the SATs was like 36-year-old. Like, there's a poor, smart kid out there that could be taking these SATs for people and actually saving the money to pay for their own college.
Yeah.
But this guy is just running around taking... I mean, it's so, like... When I was taking SATs, people were paying people to take the SATs for them.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's crazy to me. And now, like, you're hiring full-fledged adults to do this? Like, that used to be an entire market. It was like a market of, you had the kids that were making the fake IDs, and then you had the kids that were actually going in and taking the test. Like, it was like an entire market, and the parents were never involved in this shit. It was more like, oh, well, if I don't get into this school, like, my mom's going to kill me. Like, and so then they would borrow money for, like, they'd crash their car and then, like, oh, I need money to get it fixed or something, and then pay somebody.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. But it's not like, you know, this bitch, whatever she was doing, her mom just came up to her, Lori Loughlin, like, hey, so, you know, you're going to get into UCLA. Don't worry about it. Like, I got you. Like that. Like, this bitch wasn't even applying or trying herself at all. Like, those kids were at least, like, thinking about, like, okay.
Yeah, like,
I mean,
I'm trying to get into school.
Yeah.
I will say, allegedly, I was doing homework for a famous rich kid that was doing blow on a plane with Billy Idol while I'm back at school doing their fucking midterm projects, allegedly.
Wow.
But I was also getting paid for it.
Nice.
Which, paid for my fucking meal plan because like my parents didn't get me one.
My parents didn't give me a meal plan either. They
It-
thought it was like, that's a scam. We're just going to send you money.
So what'd
Right.
you eat?
I used the money to smoke
Ramen.
weed and I ate ramen.
Nice. Missing college days.
I
My
drank
GPA
beer.
from college was 1 point something because I did not give a fuck.
Yeah, mine went. I did all that hard work, and then I went to Howard University instead of going to like a theater school is like what I should have went to.
Right.
And so like I got there and I wasn't stimulated at all because like I went to an arts high school. So it was
Yeah.
like by the time I was a senior I was directing shows. So then I went back to like breaking down like a monologue. I'm like, the fuck?
Right.
I'm not going to class, I'm gonna smoke instead.
That was
No,
like,
like-
me. I was like, booze?
Yeah, it was like-
right, and I lost my
Nice.
virginity. I was like, oh, penis.
No,
Wait.
but it was like it was difficult. So like, and again, so in high school, like I ended up, I also got extra time on my SATs because I had learning disabilities, and my parents got me tested for learning disabilities or whatever,
Mhm.
and so then my senior year is when I got the test done, and then they were like, oh, like you do have learning disabilities and you actually should have been in high honors this whole time. And so like I had been coasting in regular classes and like, I was doing like B's, A minuses or whatever, but like it was zero effort. Like I really only had a problem in math. And so then all of a sudden, like they were just like senior year, like, oh, like you should be in high honors English and you should be in high honors history and you should be in high honors like blah blah. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. And they're just like, well, like you're not challenging yourself. And I'm like, I have not been challenging myself this entire time. And I've been fine. You guys just realized now that I'm not challenging myself? Like, no. Like, at senior year, I'm coasting. Like, I've been coasting this whole time. I am
Oh,
still
yeah.
coasting.
Senior year, especially if you set it up right, like senior year was like second semester. I think I had 3 classes because I was coasting. Like I
Yeah.
worked all the way up really hard all the way to like senior year. By the time like, oh, you only need like 6 credits. Great.
Yeah. Like, and so, like, then the other thing that was funny is because I had gotten the highest regent score for history
Mhm.
in like my school.
Nice.
So like I beat all the high honors kids or whatever. I think I got a 98, and then like all the rich kids that were supposed to be brilliant like lost their shit cuz like I got like at least 5 points higher than anybody in high honors, and they were like, "Oh, she had to have cheated, blah blah blah." So like they demanded like another teacher regrade my test.
Mhm.
And then like they like actually added points, so I ended up getting like a 99. And so then they were just like, "Oh, she had to have cheated." And so like all these parents got together to like go to the principal to be like, "I cheated on my
What?
regents." So then they made me take like an old regents to see if I actually got the score, and so I actually for that one I got 100.
Nice.
And so like they're like, no, she's just like, cuz like I'm really good at history.
yeah.
And
Ugh.
so like then it ended up for like the school asked me to come back every year right before regents to give like a pep talk and like how you should take like the history regents test.
Haha.
And so then the other thing was is like for chemistry, I was like getting a C in chemistry like the whole year. But there was a rule in the school that if your regents exam grade was higher than your year grade, then your final grade had to be that of your regents, because it was proving that you learned more during the year than you were getting like points for. So I studied super hard for the regents because like I was like, I think I can at least get like a B from my regents, but I had like a C minus for the year. And so like I got a B+ on the chemistry regents. And then my teacher didn't want to give me the grade. She was still trying to give me a C-. She's like, well, you can't just not apply yourself for the entire year and then just do well on one test and expect your whole grade. And I'm like, well, you're absolutely right. I shouldn't do that. However, that is not in the rules and regulations of the handbook of the school.
Right, you guys
That's how the
wrote
system
rules.
works.
This is how the system works. And so she's like, well, I'm not doing it. And I'm like, well, I appeal your decision to the principal. And so I went and I brought my report card, I brought my regents test, and I brought the handbook, and I literally just placed it in front of my principal. And I was just like, can you please read the first paragraph of the handbook? And she did. And I was like, can you please read my report card? What does it say my chemistry grade is? She's like, it's a C-. I'm like, can you please read my regents grade? What is that? She's like, it is a B-. And I'm like, so why is my report card saying that I have a C- when my regents was a B- and the rules and regulations of school say that I should have the final grade of my regents? She's like, it should be a B-. I'm like, well, you might want to tell my teacher that. Thank you. And like it just left.
Yeah. Like, that happened to me in my Spanish class, too, because I don't know why. I remember senior year or junior year of high school, my Spanish teacher was like, fuck you, blah, blah. And then I aced my regents, and I'm like, hey, hey, hey. And she had to, like, give me an A, and I'm like, hey, hey, hey.
Yeah, that's the fucking rule.
Yeah. Regents was awesome.
Yeah. It's like, if you, like, fuck up the entire year, this is your Hail Mary.
Yeah, the Regents
like,
exam.
The Regents exam is your Hail Mary. If you...
I don't think we had that in the Midwest.
No, it's a Regents is a New
it's
York
like
thing.
a New York
It's a
thing,
New-
yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
But
no.
it just, like, if you're... Like, it's kind of like a competency test that, like, you've mastered this area of your studies.
Yeah.
But if you're not doing well the whole year, like, you really... I don't know what the rules are anymore, because, fuck, I haven't taken this shit in years. But if you fucked up your whole year, this is your Hail Mary. Like, if you bust your ass and really study for it, you can get a decent grade on it, and then they have to change your grade. And sometimes these teachers want to give you a hard time about it, but like,
it's like that's what the rule is. Like, I can't help it if like you thought that you were teaching me something all year, and like I read a book, and then now
yeah.
I know it. Like,
Yeah.
Or that, like, I find you boring, so I wasn't paying attention to you, and I find the book to be more compelling.
Yeah, there was
yeah.
the Red Regents preparatory books.
Yeah.
Back in the old days of school.
Or Cliff Notes. Like, I wasn't reading all of this shit. I just read the Cliff Notes.
Practice exams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff.
Do they still have Cliff Notes?
I'm sure they have to, right?
Right. I mean,
I'm sure there's like other versions of
Cliff Notes. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
modern day Cliff Notes. I would, like, never read the book. I would just be like, this shit is too long.
Oh, I hate
I'm reading the Cliff Notes.
I always read
I at
Cliff
least
Notes.
I love to read, so it would be like everything is. Oh my
fucking
god,
nerd.
I'm reading it. Yeah, on the bus like this, my glasses.
Yeah. I don't know. I would still say, like, the thing I'm most pissed off about is, like, a 36-year-old taking all these friggin' SAT exams. And then I also feel like this has been going on forever. Like, these kids have been cheating forever.
Yeah.
So, like...
Like, the whole, like, do you know who my father is a real thing for, like, a lot of kids.
Yeah. It is. And it's just kind of like... I feel like the whole situation turned out to be, like, very sexist because the only one face of a student of this scandal is that Lori, whatever, Laughlin's daughter, that was the YouTuber. You mean to tell me that out of 800 families, there was not one boy that parents did this?
I'm sure there is, but, like, with Lori's daughter, she was more vocal about her dumbness. So people were like, ooh, let's double check on you.
Yeah.
I am sure that there is one of those boys that got, like, suspended for, like, raping a classmate that is just like, oh, you know, like on some sort of, like, live Facebook chat, like, well, you know, like, she wanted it. Like, why would she just pass out on my bed if she didn't want me to fuck her? Like, I'm sure that there's got to be...
Yeah, there's, like, a lot of, like, Brock Turners out there. There's a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of, like... Yeah.
Like 100%. And then like all the faces of this scandal are the two actresses, and like there's CEOs that were involved. Like I don't even know what they look like.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like,
It was
who
super
are the other
sexist.
people? Like you get they're
Because
saying,
this is like a ring. Like
oh,
he
it's
had
like a whole
business.
ring.
Yeah.
It was a business.
There's
There's
like
Yeah.
800
there's
families
800
involved.
families that are involved. So who are the other? We know of 2. Like who are the other 798?
Yeah.
But I say
Families.
that there's got to be there's got to be a turning point, or like at this particular moment in time where we as a society say what is adequate punishment for a parent that is trying to get the best for their child. And we either need to say that all parents are going to be punished equally under the eyes of the law, or we're going to have to release all the poor parents that lied about their address to get their kids into a public school and like let these rich kids go, like, and these rich parents go. Otherwise, like, you know, like these rich white women need to go to prison if poor black women have to go to prison
Yeah. They definitely need
for
to go to
lying
prison.
about a zip code.
Yeah.
Like they didn't even pay anybody off. They just lied about a zip code. And so like we either need to say that we as a society are going to understand that being a parent is maddening, and that you do crazy shit for your kids because you love them so much that like your heart is swelling with love and your brain just disintegrates, and you just say, you know something, this is my baby, I'm going to do anything for them. And we get that, hey, parents, you're going to be a little bit nutso. We're going to fine you. Get out of here, you crazy person.
Mm.
Or we're going to say that you're all criminals and you all need to serve time. Like, and to be honest with you, I feel like bribing people is a bigger offense than like
Definitely.
a clerical matter of lying about a zip code.
Definitely.
Because it's not like those parents weren't paying any sort of taxes at all
Yeah.
into, like, yeah, they might have been not paying taxes into a particular town per se, but they're still paying state and federal taxes,
Yeah.
which are essentially filtered down into the local, like the local level. So, you know, if you're in, I don't know, if you live in New Rochelle and you sent your kid to Rye, you might not be paying Rye taxes, but you're paying state of New York taxes, and you're paying the federal taxes, which will eventually trickle down into the Rye system. So in, you know, a roundabout way, you are still putting money into their system.
Yeah.
Whereas the bribery thing is just like,
It's lying.
you're just putting money into a dude's pocket,
Yeah.
and that's not necessarily putting extra money into the municipality that the kid is going into school. I think that's a bigger offense, but I'm also willing to let a couple of rich people walk if some poor people walk.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's definitely people serving time right now that shouldn't be in jail
Right.
That's true.
because they lied about
The-
A
an
fucking
address,
zip
a
code.
zip code.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. Like that shouldn't even be a thing.
That,
You can
Just-
buy a
just-
P.O. box for any zip code you want.
yeah.
Exactly. And
And
like,
no, it's
that
like-
was
They had families at the zip code that they listed as. So it's
Yeah.
not like it's not like they just grabbed a random zip code and like lied completely. It's like, oh no, my cousin's there. I'm gonna pretend my child lives with my cousin.
Right. And it's like, honestly, like, they had the same intention of trying to do the best for their kid with what they had.
Yeah.
And I don't think that I can be mad at that. Because, like,
No.
I just feel like if I had the money, yeah, I'd probably do it.
Yeah. And also like lying about the zip code is showing that your child is still capable of like
Learning.
learning and being as good as those kids. paying
'Cause-
somebody for your kid to be there is like, oh no, your kid is a failure, so why are you forcing?
Well, because that was my whole thing. It's like I would lie about the zip code situation to get my kid into a better school.
Yeah,
But like, if my kid didn't work and you're at this point you're 17 and you didn't go to school and
Yeah.
your grades are horrible, I'm not going to pay money to get you into a school that you didn't earn. What am I teaching you as an adult?
yeah,
Yeah, but like I'll also argue that the school system that kid was in already failed them, even as much money as they have, because if they were really that poor a student, the school system should have very early on recognized that they probably had a learning difference or a learning disability, or that they needed more one-on-one tutoring, or that maybe they needed to put them on a different course, or maybe they should have been in more of like um a trade school setting or
Yeah,
something like
but-
that.
But
Like,
that
if
also
this kid is so good at YouTubing, well, maybe they should, like, the school system itself should have said, you know something, you really excel in marketing and you really excel in like production. We should put you in a school that is geared towards pre and post television production
Yeah.
or marketing
then-
or like that kind of
I
stuff.
feel like that more falls on Becky than the school, because is
But
Yeah,
if the kid
again-
went to a public school, and even if the kid went to a private
But even
school,
if my kid goes to a public or a private school, every time they come home with that report card and I see that they keep getting C's and D's,
yeah,
I'm going to then start figuring out why my kid is getting C's and D's. And if I find out that it's because the school is not, equipped for them, then it's my job as a parent to
Yeah.
figure out what's best for my
definitely.
child.
And like
but
also,
it's really the guidance counselor's job to say, hey, you know something? We've noticed that they're not really doing well in this subject, but they do well in that subject. Maybe you, as the parent, should look into getting them into this program or that program or this program.
But that again, that's something that should have started off in 5th grade,
Yeah.
6th grade, as opposed to like
well,
you let that slide all the way until like now this kid is a
Yeah.
senior in high school.
Because they're busy making money so that they can buy them into a college. I mean, shit, they can't be everywhere at once.
I mean, well, right, where they have like a $15 million house, so
Yeah.
we're not. Well, but they had to like put up in order to get out of jail. But it's just kind of like, no, well, you're teaching your kid the wrong thing
yeah.
at that point.
It's
But
not
are
just-
you?
Yeah,
But you're not, because that's how the world actually works. The people with the most money buy everything. They buy what they need. If you want some, like if anything, they are actually as much as we as optimists want to believe that everybody's equal and everyone's got equal footing in the world. You don't. They are actually teaching them the reality, which is don't get caught and pay for what you need. That's the truth of the matter. And if any of us had the money to do that, you would just find a person that actually kept your secrets quiet.
Mhm.
And you tell the kid, like, you wouldn't even tell the kid that you had somebody go and take the SAT for them. You'd just be like, oh, honey, you're going to take the SAT over here, and then you have somebody else take the SAT for them elsewhere. Like, you just wouldn't tell your kid. If anything, I feel like these people were just too open about what they told their kids.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I'm like,
I don't know. I feel like you're still teaching your kid the wrong thing, though.
I understand that morally you feel like you're teaching your kid the wrong thing, but in actual everyday society, I mean, we have a president that probably is dumber than a potato, that had a rich family that paid for them to get into Fordham, probably, allegedly, because for his vocabulary, I can't imagine that he's learned any new words over the last 50 years. Like, you don't think that his parents paid for him to go to school? I mean, the whole reason why he went to a military school is because he was a fuck up in the first place. He didn't stop being a fuck up. Like, they probably, my guess would be, paid for him to go to school, but just didn't like him enough to pay for him to go to a good school. So they sent him to Fordham.
Fordham is good. No, right?
Is Fordham Brown? Is Fordham Yale? Is Fordham
It's not
like
Harvard.
Oh,
Harvard?
true. It is better
I
than
mean-
UCLA, right?
I mean, Fordham is better than UCLA, but is it? Because UCLA
Right.
at least has sunshine.
Well, that's California. Then you could be like Community College of Berkeley is better than Fordham.
Yeah. All right. We gotta take a quick break, but before we go, Chewy, tell everybody your social media and what projects you have coming up.
Sure.
Next.
You can follow me on Chewy May on Instagram, Chewy Comedy on Twitter, and follow my website, chewycomedy.com. It's performing everywhere. Keep a lookout. Thanks.
All right, you guys. This has been Big Talking Brewskis, and we'll be back.
Yeah.